Hey guys, so I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have my F80 M3 on the trailer. I currently made a little over 1,000 wheel horsepower with the car at 40 pounds boost, which, well, it sounds like a lot. It's a lot. I have been running at about 47 pounds, which should in theory be a little bit more power, maybe 1,050, maybe 1,060. I'm not really 100% sure. We dyno the car on the dyno that I own, which is a DynoCom all-wheel drive link dyno. It's been good to me. A lot of people on the internet have been crying that it is not a DynoJet, and they're right, it is not a DynoJet. It works great though, like I have zero complaints, zero issues with it, but the internet standard is a DynoJet at the end of the day. I understand why. The problem is, like, a lot of these loaded dynos, if you mess with the settings, you can definitely make it read really high, really low, like the whole Mustang dyno read low thing. That's sort of subjective to settings, same deal. So we're at 1,000 wheel on our dyno. We're gonna put it on a Max PSI DynoJet and let her eat and see what it does. I really think it's gonna do somewhere in the same range, 1,000 something, 20, 30, 40, 50. I don't know exactly. I doubt I'm gonna be turning up much more than that today. It probably will reset like the highest horsepower of this chassis a little bit more, but the next step for this car is I'm leaving it at Mike's afterwards, actually. I'm leaving it there afterwards for a good reason. There is a few things that have changed since I put the motor together that people are now starting to do. The main thing is valve springs. The motor in my car is really simple. It has drop-in pistons, it has drop-in rods, and a crank hub fix. Also ARP head studs, but I don't really know if that does anything. I just did it to do it. The guys at ARP were great. They hooked me up with head studs, so I just slapped it in. I don't know if that really helps or if it's needed. So the new thing is valve springs. During some testing that Mike did on a car that I'm tuning for him, we found that valve springs made a really big difference. Mind you, this is a car with stock turbo manifolds with upgraded like wheels and machine out the housings. So that car actually made, I would say in the 750 range at 27 pounds boost. We would turn the boost up to about 30 and it would gain 0 horsepower. On another note, from 7,000 RPMs redline, the power would fall off a little bit. It was weird. We tried different exhaust combos. We tried a variety of things. I tried every type of cam timing change you could think of, right, to try to shift the power curve, leaner, richer, more time, less time. I've tried it all. There's things that I've done that made that better, but nothing that really resolved the issue. Same thing on Mike's end. He tried different exhausts, and that helped. Probably because it was dropping back pressure slightly. We ran the car open exhaust, just open downpipe on his dyno, and it once again, it helped a little bit, but it really wasn't the make it or break it in terms of fixing it. So he slapped valve springs in the car the other day, a valve spring kit he put together, and the car actually now from 27 pounds boost, it made a hair more power at the same boost, but now he turned it up. And I mean, the car is now making a little over 800 wheels so far. I think the best hit was like 820, but on the tune from last time, that the boost went up, but the power did not increase. He now is seeing huge power increases, and the whole power drop off after 7,000 RPMs is completely gone. So I don't really have that type of issues. I also now have quite a bit of abuse on my car. I don't know at what point the factory valve springs work and don't. It seems like it's a car by car basis, that the factory BMW valve springs are extremely inconsistent from car to car. I think my car running the less back pressure has to help valve float on the exhaust side, but we don't know really what spring pressure they really are, so we don't really know. Even on the intake side, could be seeing some amount of valve flow. It's possible. So I'll be leaving it there. He'll be putting valve springs in the car. I will be re-dyning it to see what gains we make. And then at that point, I might turn it up more from the 47 setting. And I will for sure, if I don't turn it up, I will be hitting it way harder. I have been tuning the car, I would say, on the softer side. Many people can say, what the hell do you mean? The car makes 1,000 horsepower. I don't know how long this motor will live at 1,000 wheel. I have a spare block that will get sleeved. I'll put heavier duty shit in it, and that will get turned up way past the point that I'm at, if all goes well, pending the clutches, everything else can hold up to it. But yeah, so I didn't really know where it was gonna last and live. So I've been tuning it really on the softer side. It's been running a little bit richer, a little bit less ignition timing than it really needs to be at like max brake torque. But so far so good, seemed to last. So I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Whether it's boost, timing, a little leaner, it's gonna get sent quite a bit harder. And I plan to see some bigger numbers. I mean, I have a Precision 7275 Gen 2 on the car. Nice twin scroll manifold, about my friend Ricky Bobby. And the turbo should do like 1200 at the tire, something like that. So my 1000 I'm at, it's like way low. Like I don't know if it's gonna need like some ridiculous thing like 60 pounds of boost to make it. I have a 5-bar map sensor on the ECU on both, so it will run all of it. So I can turn it up way past the 47 I'm at if I need to, but whatever the case may be, the car's fast. I'm trying to go fast in a quarter mile. I just put new clutches in it. The clutches, it didn't really, it fixed my clutches being ruined, but it didn't fix, I think, the reason why it got ruined. So I put a new transmission wiring harness in it because I was having intermittently, it was losing connection to the ECU, and now it seems to be good. I haven't been back to the track to test it, but everything seems to be fine. So I don't know what's gonna work in the range I'm at. I don't know what's gonna work in the higher range once I turn it up more. But I think it's gonna be good. Car's on a 4.0 60-130 so far. I mean, I'm trying to go 8s. I think I can go 8s in the quarter mile, but I really gotta just make it all work. And I think the valve springs will just add to the, I'm gonna put my easy pass up because New York, and make it through this thing with this truck and trailer. Let's see if I can do this. Boop-doo. But yeah, so I think the car can do an 8. That's sort of kind of the goal. The goal of the car, people often, oh, I completely fucked up. But people often wonder, what's your goal? Are you racing this person? Are you doing this? My goal is to have the highest horsepower F80 chassis car in the world, which it currently is. Someone else got a little closer. That's sort of why I'm turning up more. Fast 60-130 is cool, I guess. The real next step is fastest quarter mile time. The record holder is the person whose shop I'm going to, but based on the times and based on the power, 60-130, and like my car's faster than his currently. He did a 4.88 60-130 at best. I did 4.0, which is a noticeable difference. And both our cars are full weight, so I think once someone gets into the 8s, I'm gonna try to do it all full weight. And there's really no reason. It's sort of kind of stupid. I mean, you take 200 pounds out of the car, it's a huge difference. But I think once that happens, I think that then you'll get to a point where you see people really starting to really ruin their cars to try to get faster. You can't really see from here. I got a hole in the hood. Everyone says I've ruined mine. It is a spare hood. I bought a spare hood. I had it painted to match my car. My factory hood is wrapped in like scratch protective wrap, and in my shop where someone could never touch it in a box, so it won't get damaged. The car is like clean. It has full interior. It has air conditioning. It has heat. It runs and drives like a normal car. I don't think that my car is ruined, even though the exhaust comes out the top right now. It is for people to see. It's for people to think it's ruined and look at it and be like, holy shit, that is crazy. That that he would ruin his newish car. But yeah, so that's sort of kind of the update and sort of the standings of the F80. There's a lot of other things like that I'm gonna be changing up and trying, but right now the main thing is making sure valve springs are done so it stays safe. It reps 8,000 RPMs. I really don't want to have any issues. So that's really it. I'm gonna hit you guys with some dyno videos in a few. I'm like about to pull up Max PSI in a few minutes, get it unloaded, swap out my slicks for normal wheels that I'll hopefully be borrowing from him, and then leaving it with him, hopefully coming back in a few days, re-dyno it, turn it up, get it ready for what is next. I'm excited to go out after this and really start racing the car. Alright guys, so we're at Max PSI. I did not get to put my car on the dyno yet. I've been here for like an hour or two. We have this sick F80 M3 behind me. So far we're in like the low 800 wheels with it. I remote tuned it from a little while ago. it was making about the same. They did a few different little tweaks, and we just want to see how much power that it would gain, and see if there's anything better I can do in person. Before, where we had it was pretty much where it was at. No real change I made had a huge effect based more than the previous tune, but I am now turning it up, which is going to make more power. I think like 830 is the best, but we're going to make a few hits with it, see how it is. So we just finished dynoing it. We made pretty good power. Previously I made a little over 1,000. We did turn it up. I've changed a bunch of things. I had a bad O2 sensor previously. I don't know if this will focus. Made 1,087 and 900 foot-pounds. And two back-to-back hits, literally 1,082, 1,087. I think it has some valve float going on in this area as I turn the boost up a little bit. But I mean, from before to now, we definitely seem like it's going the right way. I think we're gonna turn it up more when, I think we'll turn it up more once the valve springs go in. That's really it. Hey guys, as you can see, there's currently no longer an F80 behind me. I left it at Mike's. Car did good. Car made 1,087 wheel at best. It definitely has some more in it when it gets turned up more. The little waviness or dip up top in the dyno sheet is exactly what I was expecting to see. It's exactly what we've seen on cars in the past. This just took a lot more power and a lot more boost to get there. The reason why is because one's gonna have lower back pressure due to my bigger turbine housing and bigger volume exhaust manifold. So right now they're gonna do the valve springs on it. They're probably gonna do alignment. They're gonna do a few other things just for time reasons for me before the next race event. I'm pretty excited to see what it does. Once they put the valve springs in it, I will be re-dynoing the car. I'm gonna turn it up more. I would like to see maybe, like, now that I'm so close, 1,100, 1,120. I don't think it will make 1,200 as it sits. The turbo on Supras does. I have a stock ported cylinder head. I have some ching chong, like, random intake manifold. So we'll see what that next restriction is gonna be. But pretty happy. 1,087 wheel is a lot of power.